Hey, I'm Brittany. I'm converting my first-gen Toyota Sequoia into a stealth camper, and I am going to be putting together this bed and slash storage closet in today's video. So please follow along, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, for the bed frame, I'm going to have a small amount of storage underneath. So I bought this 5-inch wide by 8-foot long plank, just common board that I'm going to be painting. Although it doesn't look too bad if you wanted to stain it. So I just needed to measure out 75 inches because that's the length of my mattress. It is going to be about an inch shorter than the floor because remember I cut this to 76. This will also accommodate if my back of my trunk comes in a little bit. So I think just keeping it at 75 is fine. Okay, I used the circular saw to cut down these two smaller boards. This is just common board. It's 5 inches, and again I cut it to 75 inches long. This is going to serve as my bed frame, so I have the front piece and the back piece. Initially I was thinking I wouldn't need a back piece, that I could just use the side of the car, but then I realized that this bed is going to extend out into my doorway. So if I tried to put anything in there, it's just going to roll out. Which means I'm also going to be a little bit short on wood. Here's my last piece. So these are going to go on the perpendicular, like inside and on the edges. So I'm cutting these to 26.5 inches, which will give a total width of this box to be about 28 inches. And then the top cover, I'm gonna have 30 inches. So it'll overhang 1 inch on either side, which will allow it to butt up to the plastic part of my car, like the wheel well there, and then still overhang about 1 inch into the walkway or the hall of my camper, so to speak. I personally am going to measure, cut, and then measure and cut because again the blade is going to take off some of that length. So if I just measured out 26.5 all the way across, they're going to get shorter and shorter. And because I'm not using a table saw and I'm not cutting as precise as I would like, I don't want to just count the width of the blade. So hopefully at least some of these will end up close enough that they work. Got my bed frame all screwed together. So each one of these will be a little storage compartment under my mattress. Bought a piano hinge and another piece of plywood to cut down to make these flaps. The hinge will sit about here. That way when I lift the mattress up, the mattress has a place to go. So the mattress will kind of sit here and then the rest of the arm will open. But yeah. All the pieces to my bed are done, but I think I'm gonna have to wait until I put it in my car to actually figure out where it needs to be on the frame, because there's gonna be a little bit of overhang on the sides based on the curvature of my side panels. Okay, I have the bed pieces all cut up and staged. I just need to sand them down, and then I'm gonna paint them slash add a varnish to those. I am gonna be wearing my dust mask for safety. I had this vision of me dropping the sander on my foot and just totally grinding away my skin. So I did go change into closed-toe shoes, which I got made fun of for wearing because they're clearly fashion boots, but my choice of closed-toe shoes is limited. Also, giant bruise is from working out, right? I have a very small weight room and I hit my weight bench really hard, so nothing weird going on there. Anyway, back to it. Okay, I just used 120 grit sandpaper. If I was gonna stain this, I would probably do it again with it up to 220. Since I'm just gonna be painting it, I'm just gonna wipe off the sawdust. I have a wet paper towel or a wet rag. Might have to go back over it again because it's pretty dusty. And then I'll start painting. One of the things about Arizona that's both a blessing and a curse is how dry it is. So even though I just put water all over this, it's going to be dry in like 30 seconds and ready for paint. I'm just going to put down some tape to protect these sawhorses because they are not mine. I guess that'd be a good idea even if they were, but and this will also help keep the sawdust off. Okay, so I chose a paint color by Sherwin-Williams called Basil. It's just kind of a soft green. Figure it will go well with nature. I'm also pretty sure this is the color I used on my kitchen island, but I used a sample and normally I label them and I did not label it, so it might be a little bit different, but I think it'll still be nice. Yeah, I just went to go move a car literally 10 feet and this is already dry to the touch. Do like the color though. One of my dream jobs is interior design. When I first went to college, that's actually what I started out. My major was interior design. And I was convinced that maybe it wasn't the safest career choice, so I ended up switching out of it. And then recently I went back to school and I did get my associates in interior design just at a community college. But looking at jobs that you can get with only an associate's, it was going to be a pay cut. But anyway, one of my favorite aspects, besides making stuff look pretty, of course, is space planning. And I feel like trying to make the things that I want fit into an SUV requires some pretty intense space planning. So some of my non-negotiables are headroom. A lot of times when I'm looking at these camper beds, people put the platforms up so high for their beds that they can really only lay on them. And I do want to be able to sit. I'm going to be hopefully continuing to do some online gaming from wherever I'm camping, wherever I can get Wi-Fi anyway. So I don't want to be like laying down the entire time. So I know that that's going to cut into my storage space, but I would rather have a couple duffel bags that sit on top of the bed when I'm traveling than not be able to sit comfortably. I also have to have a sink where I can wash my hands and wash my face. I'm going to be using a foot pump. It's called like the Whale or something. Haven't quite purchased it yet because I need to figure out if I need a left side or right side pump. But yeah, I need a sink, at least with a little bit of water, and a toilet. So I bought a dry flush toilet. I'm not going to go into the details of that, but it doesn't require any water. I am going to have, hopefully, some sort of outdoor shower system. Not for like everything showers, but just to rinse off the dirt. You know, after you go hiking, dirt gets everywhere, in between your toes, whatever. So something I can just wash that off. I know that a lot of our RV parks won't let you use outdoor showers, so that's really more for if I'm in a dispersed camping area. And then it's also extra water storage, so I'm going to be doing a rooftop solar heated shower system. Honestly, in Arizona, that would create boiling water, so I'm a little concerned that the water might get too hot. But I also, I'm a baby when it comes to water temperature, so if it's not like at least 98 degrees, probably not going to be showering. Obviously a place to store some food. I kind of eat the same thing every day. So I'm bringing a toaster, a blender, a battery powered blender. I'm gonna have one of those little gas stoves that I haven't figured out. I guess I'll have to have I'll probably only use that if I have access to the outside. But yeah, just figuring out how to make all this stuff fit into one little space, I think is so much fun. Speaking of online gaming, I pretty much only play GTA, but I do have a YouTube channel for that. It's just Britna5. Don't post a whole lot yet, but I don't know. There's a couple funny clips. I'd appreciate the like and follow. Mostly just screwing around. I'm not very good at the game. I don't really care to be very good at the game. I have fun just driving around. Mostly just looking for dumb stuff to do. So yeah, as far as camping goes, I have no idea where I'm going. I know there's states that I want to check out. I have no idea where I would go within those states. I see beautiful things about the northern states, like Montana, Idaho, obviously Washington, Oregon. Would love to hit up a beach. I love beaches, mountains, cities. I mean, I even like the desert. I prefer areas that are a little bit cooler temperature just because I will have my dog. I did purchase a portable AC unit for my car so I can run it when my car's not running. But I haven't tried it out yet. Obviously don't want to get myself into a situation where I don't have any power and I can't run the AC and I'm dying. Something on my head. One of the scary things about going camping is I have a fear of pretty much most bugs. But I also don't like to kill them. It's actually one of my biggest fears, is that a giant spider is gonna get into my car and I'm not gonna know what to do. Like, what do you do? Hopefully there will be other campers around me. I'm doing the inside because, again, these are going to be my storage boxes. So I want it to look nice, but I also want it to be easy to clean. The other fun thing about paint, though, is you can always change the color later. You know, I mean, green's always been my favorite color, but I'm not gonna lie, the shade of green changes. Okay, that's the first coat. Okay, so the first coat is done and almost completely dry. I just went in to hydrate a little bit. I'm gonna do a second coat. Has pretty good coverage with just the one coat, but it'll be a better finish and more durable, cleaner, easier to clean if I go ahead and do that second coat. Alright, second coat done. Here is my bed slash closet and the floor. That plywood is incredibly crooked. It is curving like a ramp and bowing, which has also made my bed flex a little bit, and then even these little pieces are bowing. I swear they were straight when I bought it, so I don't know what happened, but anyway. Here's how it works. Okay, so I have these separate compartments. It did occur to me that this one will not be able to open up all the way when my trunk is closed, unless my window is open, but that's okay. Oops. I do need to go buy those little felt bubble things to prevent this sticking. Okay. So here it is tied down. I can still get in over here. Probably not very easily, but I can. And let me put the mattress on. Okay, here it is with the mattress on it. I bought a folding mattress. It folds into 3 parts, which means that when this is all folded up, I'll be able to open up each one of these compartments individually, and it's comfortable. Real quick, just wanted to show that the reason I left such a large board back there was so that I would have a place to kind of put the mattress, whoops, sorry, when I flip this. Which also means it'll pretty much stay on its own if I wanted to turn this into some sort of lounge, although it's low enough that I don't need to do this. You can see that sitting on my bed, I have quite a bit of headroom, right? This is where my head would reach. I have to sit really straight. So yeah, it should be a pretty good setup just to lounge on as a couch, and I cannot feel the piano hinge through the mattress, and the most crooked side was at my feet, so I'm not too concerned about that warped plywood. The only issue I can see so far is when I move, the bed kind of creaks from where the paint is sticking, So I'm gonna line the wood part with felt just all the way around, and that will prevent that noise. Okay, it is probably about 115 degrees outside, so not a whole lot that I can do in here, but I did add some cork strips to the bed, well, to my closet, to help with that sticking sound of the paint. So let me show you that real quick. Okay, so I already had this paper. It's cork, but I bought it in the paper section at Michael's years ago. So I just cut it into strips and put it on the edges, especially the corners. I used some wood glue to secure it, but I'm gonna wait for it to dry before I put these panels back down, and then I'll figure out if there's any other places where the paint is sticking. But that should definitely help with some of the sound when I'm actually sitting or laying on the bed.